The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our race results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your Sim Racer Hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. This is GEC, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Full wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the cars in a high-speed trance. Side by side in this GEC league, there's nowhere to
Good evening and happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series on the GEC Racing League. We're here at Las Vegas tonight for race number 3 in Season 9. I am Shane Cochran. Up in the booth with me, as always, is Lee Kiernan. Lee, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, doing really good. Tuesday, it must be trucks. And Vegas. Vegas is a great place to race. One of my favorite tracks, actually. How about you, man?
Yeah, I think especially coming off last week at Atlanta and Daytona, I'm kind of tired of the drafting. Let's do some dirty air intermediate racing. Save your tires. Drivers out there with just 4 additional sets tonight. That means they're going to have to go at least 30 laps on each set. Maybe skip a stop in there to save some for a late restart. But it's going to be hot and slick, 120 degrees out on the track. And then as usual, 1 fast repair in the bank, 1 green-white checker at the end if we need it. And that's how it's going to be tonight for the Hate Us Because They Ain't Us in Vegas 225 at the CDN Truck Series. Qualifying about wrapped up here. We're going to have at least 34 trucks on the starting grid, maybe as many as 38. And yeah, just excited to get this going now that we're kind of really into the swing of the regular season. Take a quick look at those points standings. Max Dinda leading the way with a win at Daytona. And then the top 5 last week. We got Barris, Sahadak, Chapman, and Thompson, your top 5. Then Culleton, Woods, Barrow, Melton, and Skirbo. A beautiful mix of new drivers and veterans here in the Truck Series, Lee. Who's really impressed you so far this season?
Yeah, of course, Dinda. He's sitting on the top of the pile. But what a finish we had last week. It'll be interesting to see how some of the guys come back out of the box today. In particular, probably Thompson and a couple of the other guys that were right there at the end of the race. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. We've got a new addition tonight as well. It looks like we've got Marino joining the field as well. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we take a quick peek at the qualifying order here. It is going to be Marino Jr. on the pole, Dinda and Sahadak, 2 drivers in the top 5 in points, starting there in the top 3. Marino coming down from our Cup Series, or coming sideways from our Cup Series, our Thursday league. I think he's got a couple teammates here with Graham Crackers Racing, so he decided to switch over to trucks this season. I think he missed the first 2 weeks, so he's going to be at a points deficit on the long haul, but I'm sure he's going to enjoy being out there with his friends tonight.
Yeah, Shane, I've really enjoyed the races so far this season. I get shocked every year at the quality of drivers, and this year's no exception. As a matter of fact, I think this could be the strongest field we've ever seen in the trucks.
It's certainly one of the biggest. You know, we always start every season with a healthy number, and they drop off pretty quickly as the season goes on. But tonight, like I said, I think we've got 36 drivers that are in their trucks already. Jess Childs on the grid list, but not yet in the truck. And then the 3 truck of McDuffie is actually not going to be starting this race. He's serving a 1-race suspension for causing a wreck last week. So I hope to see Todd back out there next week racing again with us.
Yeah. So who do we have up in the box today? We have Dusty with race control, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got Dusty Haynes, our dependable race controller. We'll run through our grid quick. Marino and Dinda on the front row. Then Sahadak and Doremus, row 2. Knox Thompson and Cody McCormick, a rookie driver here tonight in that 54 truck. Then it's Michael Boyd and Carson Freeman. Freeman picking up the win last week. He's going to start on row 4. Josh Eller and Jamie Griffin rounding out your top 10. Then it's Joe Barrow and Max DiFilippi in row 6. We got Caswell and Jacob Hughes in row 7. Larkin Boyer and Ty Weems in row 8. Klaus Brahm and John Boy Hughes in row 9. Keegan Shelton and Robert Weibel in row 10. Looks like the SDK driver info app is struggling with some pictures this week after the updates today in iRacing. Skirbo and White on row 11. Prim and Chapman. Jones and Most. We're trying to speed this up to get by for the green flag. Culleton and Keister in row 14. Elsie and Marshall Taylor in row 15. Hodge and Barris in row 16. Then Green and Matthew Taylor, row 17. Zane Woods and Stephen Hayes. And then, as I said, McDuffie not in the race, and Childs did not make the grid. We are racing here at Las Vegas.
Nice clean start. Everyone looks a little bit closer than they have been the last couple of weeks. That was really a really good start by these guys.
Yeah, Thompson, Sahadak. 3 wide there. So we mentioned McCormick just joined this afternoon, and we've already got contact. Haydak collects Michael Boyd in the 21. No caution yet, just these two trucks down on the apron. They get it back going. Terrible start for these two, and bad luck to not catch the yellow flag from iRacing. The stewards have been very stingy with caution flags as of late. If you don't have a truck stopped in the racing line, you really aren't going to catch it. Both of those drivers are already heading to pit road.
Yeah, that's a shame for Walt. He had qualified quite high. Not exactly sure what happened, but I saw the end of it where he was ping-ponging between the two trucks.
Yeah, why don't we take a quick look at that? As Caswell just picked up the 42 Designs fastest lap, then Thompson tops him right away. We're going to take a peek back at what happened to Walt. Just ran out of room there 3 wide, and he fishtailed and couldn't quite save it.
Yeah, whoever it was that was on the bottom, I'm not sure which of the 3 it was, came up a little bit. He overreacted a little bit, got him up into the other truck, and then back down.
DeFilippi up 7 spots already, as is Larkin Boyer. Both of them now in the top 10.
Man, it's so hard. I feel sorry for Walt, because when your tires are that cold, it's hard to hold on to that truck in those situations.
Big battle here between Boyer and Barrow. That is for 7th.
Yeah, it's really interesting now. They've spaced out just a little bit, but who's saving tires and who's pushing way too hard?
A little further back, a battle between Coleman, Chapman, Hughes, and Skirbo. Back around 17th. And up front, the action carries on. Thompson now up to 4th. He looks to the inside of Marino. That's Dinda and Doremus up ahead of him. 2 GTCR teammates who have been at the front, it seems like, all seasonally.
Yeah, they have. Dinda's been out front a lot this season.
He's leading the way right now. Dakota Doremus in 2nd. Carson Freeman, last week's winner, in 10th. And then I think McCormick is actually a part of GTCR as well. We didn't have time to add him to the team roster. Keister having an off track. And he is slow. That's the 97 truck. Go back and see what happened here to Kevin. Maybe just gets loose on exit. Oh, might have had some help there.
Oh, yeah.
And that is some smooth driving through the grass to keep it straight and not make bad things worse. Had a similar excursion through the grass last week myself, just like that one. Great racing up here for the lead. Thompson holding on to 3rd. You know, both the 48 and the 19 trucks picked up post-race penalties last week, and I think they are using that as motivation. Both of them moving forward early in this race in the top 5.
$54 on McCormack and Jamie Griffin are pretty tight at the moment. And then we have the 41 of Brahm and who's that in the 8? Shelton in the 8 behind them there, and they've been fighting pretty tight here.
Jump on board with Klaus Brahm in the 41. One of our drivers sharing their in-car cameras with us tonight. Klaus has to check up there for Shelton as he tagged the wall.
Yeah. These guys have been locked together for about 3 or 4 laps. Looks like Brahms actually got a little bit more speed than these guys around him.
Oh, McCormick and Griffin almost get together.
Yeah, that's like the 3rd time I've seen that. I love that paint job of Jamie's with the Power Ranger Laughing Llama. It's awesome.
They're still side by side. This is incredible. They've single filed out up front. Dinda's still in the lead. But this battle back around 12th.
This pack of 4 has turned into a pack of 9, I think. So these two being side by side are holding the line up just a little bit. Looks like Jamie's cleared him now.
He can't quite get to the bottom to complete the pass, though. 54 back to his inside.
Just took the air off the back of him there.
And you see Brahm tag the wall as well. As just no clean air back there. We talked about the importance of tires. The way you save tires here is half about driving and half about getting clean air on your nose. So you're going to see whatever drivers are up front trying to defend, they are going to be jumping in front of that driver behind them as best they can to make them burn up their tires. As now McCormick pulls away.
Well, and Kenny's going for it down low. They're 3 wide there now. Kenny down on the apron.
Woo! Jacob Hughes all the way to the apron. Now he's making a move on Griffin.
Kenny inside, is that yeah, sorry, that was Hughes, not Kenny, I'm sorry.
Oh, and the first caution is out. We've got a couple cars involved here. Jones and Eric White, Johnny Jones.
I think it might have been on Hayes. Hayes put his hand up for it anyway.
Oh, Jones is actually already off track here just before this caution, and there it is. Two trucks were slow there. Let's see if we can back it up a little bit and see where this starts. So it's Jones. Oh, right there. Jones, and I believe that's Hayes. Jones gets down into the grass, and Hayes is just slow up top with damage, trying to stay out of the way. And, you know, Vegas is not a track where you can just swerve left and right. I'm not sure who that was. Maybe that was Eric White that caught up with them with that contact. We jump on board. Yeah, you can see he's got the wheel turned as hard as he can. Nowhere to go. And that's going to be the first caution of the night. Heartbreak for Eric White in the 7 truck. Looks like he is going to be able to keep it moving and get back to pit road. All 3 of these drivers struggling to keep it straight and stay on the lead lap. Now, I think the winners here, Lee, are going to be Sahadak and Boyd, who I believe managed to stay on the lead lap.
Wow. Yep.
And they were maybe 5 seconds ahead of the leaders as that was happening. And now we've got a bunch of people coming down pit road, a bunch of people staying out.
Oh, I love this. Bit of pit strategy here now. Always turns it on its head.
We're going to keep our eye on pit road.
So we've got Burrow and Kenny stayed out.
Yeah, Barrow, Caswell, Skirbo, and Culleton all stayed out on track. Most of the field did come down right there. And we saw majority of them going fuel only, as we mentioned. You don't have enough tires to be pitting every 15 laps. Take a look at that. Yeah, so it's Barrow, Caswell, Skirbo, Culleton up front, no stop. Then Dinda, Thompson, and Marino with fuel only. DeRemus maybe took 2 tires. Again, we can only kind of guess at that. And that, how perfect is that? Walt Sahadak was actually the Laughing Llama lucky dog, first one of the night. Walt, of course, is the Lucky Llama wraps designer. I think he's done a number of paints here in the field tonight, including that Laughing Llama Power Ranger get up on Jamie Griffin's truck.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, I love that.
Shout out to Tanya Cook in the chat, cheering on Stephen Caswell with GTCR.
Now, not everyone went into the pits, not everybody grabbed, and those that did, not everybody grabbed new tires. So this could be a little interesting here on the restart. These tires get a little slippery.
Well, we jump on board with David Culleton, riding in fourth. Also sharing that in-car with us tonight. Pace car is on pit road. Green flag is out. We're racing again here at Las Vegas in the CDSN Truck Series. Great start there on the bottom. Outside lane in the wall was the truck in front of David. He has to check up. That's going to give Thompson a run there on the bottom, and I think that's Marino in the 71.
I'm not exactly sure where to look. There's a lot of entertaining racing going on right now in the pack.
I'm just trying to get a feel for the handling here. I mean, Culleton looks loose through the turn. I was expecting these trucks to be more tight, but with that track temp up around 120, it just looks like the truck is on the edge of going around at any time.
Yeah, I can really see back in the pack the people that took two and the people that didn't take any. Boyer, I'm sure, must have taken two because he's flying back through the pack.
Barrow holding on to the lead up front as Dinda is coming for him.
Oh. Culleton was exceptionally sideways then. Great save.
Caswell now back to sixth as some of those fresher tires or just fresher fuel tanks, whatever it is, they are on the charge. Barrow now under attack from the 84 of Dinda.
Did Dinda take fuel only?
It looks like it. A 7-second stop there for the 84.
Yeah.
But he's had speed all night.
Yeah,
And
there he
Boyer
goes.
takes advantage of them both.
That's what new tires will do to you. I think he came from about 15th or 20th.
I'm going to try out a new graphic here. This is our stint analysis chart. This shows you the tire fall off over the course of the run. That light gray line is the first run before Dinda pitted. And the white line is this run right here. You can see he's nowhere near as fast as the beginning of that first run as he didn't take tires. And the fall off is about 3/10 off the pace. Maybe 4/10 from the best lap of the race for Dinda.
Shane, Boyer is cleared out. He has nearly a 2-second lead over these trucks in just 2 or 3 laps.
You're right. He's so far away, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's gone. So that'll give us a good indication as to what new tires is going to do.
Yeah, Boyer with a 20-second stop, so he might have made some repairs and gotten fresh tires. And there he goes. So we'll look at his stint chart, and he's pretty much matching the tire fall off of his first run. But everybody else on older tires. So this looks great now. I'm not sure how this is going to play out over the course of the race. He's going to have to skip tires at a later stop to make this work.
Pretty exciting back around the Jamie Griffin area. They seem to be 2 and 3 abreast.
Oh boy. Yeah, just as thinned out as it is at the front, it is busy and crowded. Here back around 20th position. Again, 36 trucks in the field. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
They hold on to it. Really great job by these Truck Series drivers. Keeping it clean tonight, checking up, being patient. I probably just jinxed it. We'll see a big wreck, but otherwise,
yeah.
I'm impressed by what I've seen so far, Lee.
Yeah, there's some great racing going on all over the circuit.
We're going to check on that track temp again. Now 126 on the track.
Wow.
Sim time is about 1:45 in the afternoon here in the Vegas desert. Now, I'll tell you, Lee, I've only been to Vegas once, and when I was there, it snowed. I don't feel like I got the right experience.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets pretty hot.
That 50 truck started 4th on the restart. Has drifted all the way back to 23rd.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hand as Boyer was coming through, and Boyer has a 1.5 second lead over now. He got into the back of Colleton just a little bit, sent Colleton sideways a little, and since then he struggled to hold position.
Up front, Marino is starting to track down Larkin Boyer. That gap now 135.
Those tires are starting to balance out a little bit more.
All right, we're going to try out another new graphic right here. This is our head-to-head battle. Analyzes the last 5 laps pace for both drivers as we're here comparing Larkin Boyer and Marino Jr. And 4 out of the last 5 laps, Marino has been faster. He's gaining about 0.08 a lap. And that has him projected to catch Boyer in about 17 or 18 laps. And I'm not sure we're going to make it that far, as drivers are going to need to come down and get some fuel here at some point.
That's a great graphic. I love that graphic.
We'll do a little rundown here. Larkin Boyer out front, driving for LBS Racing. The lone driver out there. And behind him in second place, Anthony Marino Jr. in second. His teammates not having as much luck as him yet here tonight. Most and Keister. Then it's Dinda, along with his teammate Dakota Doremus, both in the top 5. Carson Freeman now up to 13th. We've got Knox Thompson with a newly formed team, STR, with DeFilippi and Shelton. We'll get that logo fixed for next week. Then Eric White now running in 6th. How about that?
Yeah, great effort, Eric.
We saw him, in that heavy contact, that first caution. He has rebounded fantastic. And he's looking to pass the 88. I wonder if he's another one of those trucks with fresh tires. Looking back at his stop, it was about 15 seconds. So he is making the most of it. Hodge back in that 18 truck. Up 23 spots from the start of the race. He's got fresh tires.
I noticed Caswell's dropped to the apron. And I think also Burrow has is pitting as well.
Yeah, we've got multiple trucks coming down pit road now. Barrow and Caswell. Anyone who was in, I think it was 4 trucks. I think Culleton might have even, I mean, he is off the pace. Something going on with that 50 truck.
Yeah, he bounced off the wall a few times as well in the last couple of laps, so I'm not sure if he
you know
got
what?
some damage there.
I think he already came down pit road.
Oh, he did, okay.
And that's going to be the distance you lose having to pit here. So take a look at our pit stints.
So it'll be interesting to see where Burrow comes out because he was in that top pack.
Oh, we've got contact between Woods and DeFilippi, and that's going to be a caution. Second one of the night. So the takeaway there, it looks like 33 laps is how far you can go on a tank of fuel. Put that in your crew chief notebook for later. Well, right now we're going to look at what happened to Zane Woods and Max DeFilippi. Oh, I'm not really sure who to point the finger at there, but both trucks get together and both make hard contact with the wall. Let's go back a lap and see. They were 3 wide with Thompson. This is up front in the top 10. And right here, it looks like the 19 gets a huge run on the outside, and I don't know. He could have been closer to the wall. Either way, both trucks get together, pick up some damage, and lose a ton of track position here with our second caution. I have to see. I think Jamie Griffin is going to be in position to grab the lucky dog. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise,
that could have been a lot worse for DeFilippi. He got out of that pretty light in the end.
Yeah, and looking at this, Jamie's going to have an interesting opportunity here because I think he's going to be the lucky dog, but everyone on the lead lap is going to pit. So he and Boyd, maybe, I don't know, Boyd, I think, how is Boyd still out there? I've got him that he hasn't pitted since lap 1.
I'm going to be interested to see where Caswell and Burrow end up blending in because they jumped to the pits right before it happened.
And we'll kind of watch all this play out. So Eric White stays out. We mentioned he already had fresh tires and was going to be behind the 8-ball on that going through the night. So he opts to stay out. Griffin is out there. I believe he's going to get the lucky dog. And then there might be a couple trucks that are going to get the wave around, including Barrow.
So he dropped down a whole lap.
We'll have to keep an eye on this. So Boyer is driving around a good bit of them, so there might not be anyone taking the wave around. I'm just waiting on iRacing to figure this one out.
Yeah, really.
And does Boyer have damage on the front of that Dodge Ram?
Not sure.
Okay, so it is going to be Michael Boyd picking up the lucky dog.
And it did get called a racing incident, that one. I think that one's fair. Did look 50-50.
Yeah, so heartbreak there for Griffin. He's staying out trying to get the wave around. He comes out ahead of Boyer, but Eric White stays on track, inherits the lead, and that keeps Griffin from getting that wave around. So it was Michael Boyd picking up the Laughing Llama lucky dog here at the second caution of the night. And it's going to be hard to keep track of these tire changes as the race goes on, but we're going to do our best to do so. If we take a look at Eric's lap chart, as low as 34th, that was when he got wrecked on the first caution and basically just drove his way all the way to the front on those fresh tires. A really impressive move here over just about 15 laps for the 7. Stays out, leads a couple laps, nothing wrong with that. Pace car is in. And we are back racing here at the Hate Us 'Cause They Ain't Us in Vegas. 225, a little bit of a rough start there as the 18 gets kicked out of line. Boyer takes the lead on the outside as White is on the bottom with no help. Uh-oh, the whole field just blinked out.
Yeah.
Now we're back. I want to thank everybody for watching out on YouTube at the GEC Racing League YouTube channel. Let us know who you're pulling for, who you think's going to win this thing, if that's different.
Yes, Boyer to the front, but Marino gets around him.
Yeah, White, though, in trouble as he is falling back through the field. I think somebody got into him, got him loose. He saves it, but loses a ton of speed and is now bouncing through the field. They're 2 and 3 wide behind him as it stacks up cars and trucks in the wall.
Dinda right behind Marino now. Dinda goes high on the outside. And then we have Thompson and Dormus.
We've got a big wreck behind them here
Yellow
on lap
flag.
40. Caution is out this time for Hayes, Jones, and Culleton.
And I think Burrow was the lucky dog, if what I'm seeing is correct.
Here on lap 39. Let's take a look. Yeah, just looks like Jones was slow and kind of swerved up in front of those two there. They all catch a little bit of contact. I think Culleton comes out the cleanest. Maybe try it. Let's check that one again. Yeah, I'm not sure what that 11 truck had going on there, but it was not fast.
Yeah, there's nothing the truck behind can do in that situation.
I think so far the worst luck award's going to Stephen Hayes in the 82. He's been involved in most of the cautions already here tonight.
Sometimes it just goes like that.
This time around, no takers for pit road other than those two trucks involved in the contact. No one willing to give up track position to top off on fuel. And nobody with tires to spare.
Let's see, Tracy Hughes in the chat saying go 9 and go 14.
And I have a feeling, I'm seeing no interesting paint scheme there on the 71. I've got a feeling that maybe we need to refresh our paints. We're going to give that a go.
Yeah, he does have a paint job. I'm looking at it on my feed.
I feel like we just had a big iRacing update today, and every time they do that, it seems like all the paint programs, the broadcast programs, they all have a lot of hiccups that day.
He's actually running the Graham Crackers Racing paint scheme.
Here we go. Looks like we're getting a refresh now through the field. So I think it was Joe Barrow picking up the Laughing Llama Lucky Dog right there. Now we're talking. There's that Graham Cracker Racing paint scheme there on the 71. As we look back from the pace car.
Okay, we're 40. We're a third of the race, way through the race. Who's your pick tonight?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I mean, Dinda's been fast. Picked him last week. didn't work out for me. I mean, Haydak looked really good early on before getting caught in that kind of fishtailing accident. He's back in 22nd. Boyer's shown speed, but he was kind of being a little aggressive on tire strategy to make it work. Thompson, I think it's Thompson. I mentioned it earlier. Thompson picked up a post-race penalty last week. Some real aggressive blocks there at the last lap at Atlanta. He didn't finish the race where he wanted to, and a couple other drivers didn't finish where they wanted to because of the contact. And I feel like this 48, he heard the feedback that was, too much in the moment. He said, give me my penalty, I'll go back racing. I'm going to go with the 48.
Yeah, that's a really good choice. I heard him in the drivers' meeting. I really like to hear that he took accountability for that. And, that was awesome. Tonight, I'm actually going to go for Burrow. He just got the lucky dog. I think he can pull it out here. I know that's that the simple choice might be to go for Dinder or Marino. I'm going to go for Burrow here tonight, especially on these longer stints with tires that are a little bit older. So we'll see where he pulls up.
Never a bad pick. A little bit of contact back in the field.
Yeah.
We're coming to the green. Drivers need to get their trucks in position to be ready to go here.
Someone had had a technical problem. That can happen from time to time.
Pace truck going to hit pit road for the 4th time tonight.
Oh, man. We're messy back there at the moment.
A little dicey there getting lined up, but healthy start here at the front. Marino with a great jump on the outside lane. Nobody behind him gets a good jump, though. It's going to be Dinda trying to shoot for the lead on the bottom. Thompson in tow. Just ahead of Barris. Now Thompson shoots the bottom as Dinda tries to go high on the leader. And just slides in front does Thompson. I don't think they touched, but they did everything else. Fantastic racing here for the lead. And here comes that 54 truck, Cody McCormick. We talked about him early in the race. First race here with GEC tonight. Joining, I believe, Dinda as a teammate at GTCR.
There's 2 packs have kind of formed here. The top 12, and then a couple of 2 seconds back. As I think that was
Boyer and Most.
Yeah.
And they're getting caught by the pack. Oh, we're 4 wide into turn 1. Are we going to make it? 5 wide out of turn 2. Oh, more contact. Something happened to Freeman. He just picked up a meatball flag. No caution, but a giant mess here from about 10th on back.
And the top 4 have skipped away from the rest of the pack now.
I don't think we're done wrecking back here, Lee. This is quite the hornet's nest.
Yeah. Oh, and somebody up into the wall. I'm not exactly sure who that was. It was off Caswell.
Is that Prim? Scott Prim in the 24.
Yeah.
Off the pace.
Oh, and there's... They have a truck around. I think it's Cullerton.
It's the 18. And the 9. Whew.
Man,
caution is out.
I'm gonna stop calling numbers. I guess I can't see them properly. But
it's hard enough to start a new season with all the new paint schemes, and it's twice as hard when there's 40 trucks each week to remember. All right, a lot to unpack on that one. We're just going to take a step back, maybe 2 laps here, and watch from the GEC Racing League blimp here with the 9 truck. He just gets a big run on the 18 and the 22. And they fit in that time. He checks up. I think that's Brahm behind him, also has to check up. And yeah, I don't know. That looks like the 18 to me. Just came up a little too high and squeezed the 9 into the wall. Couple drivers through the grass. Yeah, Scott Prim in the wall just before that. And here comes the pit strategy shakeup again. Looks like Knox Thompson's going to stay on track, and everybody else in the top 10 going to hit pit road. And more. All the way back. Ooh, we got a handful of drivers staying out here. Shelton picks up a black flag. That's probably a pit road speeding situation. For the 08.
And race control just came up and said 18's at fault for that last one.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly nothing on purpose, but that truck just slid right up, and the 9 had gotten the spot there on his outside.
These trucks look loose tonight. That'd be fun to drive.
All right, let's take a look here. We've got Thompson, DeFilippi, all the way back to 10th. Stayed out this time around, as did Michael Boyd. He's been in a little more recently than those other drivers. Josh Eller picks up the Laughing Llama Lucky Dog this time around. And then it's going to be Marino, the first car that has pitted already, although he only took fuel. Your pick, Barrow. He hasn't pitted recently compared to everyone else, 18 laps ago, but he got 4 tires when he did. He's up to 13th.
Yeah, he got caught out on that crash. That's why he dropped down a lap. I don't think he's going to use up his equipment yet. Probably a wise move with what we see going on in the mid of the pack at the moment.
So number 48, Knox Thompson, driving for STR, is up front.
Skirbo up front into 3rd position as well.
Yeah, up 18 spots.
I'm starting to notice that you start to see him at about this point in the race.
Take a look at his journey over the night. Starts back around 20th, 22nd, works his way up into the top 5 early on. Currently in 3rd. That's as high as he's been all night. Only 1 stop so far for the 59, but it's got him up in 3rd place for this restart. And the pace truck hits pit road one more time. 52 laps in the books here. We got 100 to go at Las Vegas. And the 19 with an early move to the bottom ahead of the 59. Something happened there in the back of the pack as Prim picks up another black flag. Boyer looking to the bottom. They're 3 wide. Back to 2. And again,
Yeah,
Marino
I think Prim was waiting for a truck to pass him, and they weren't able to do it, and he got a black flag. So just asked for a clear.
I think Marino. Oh, with 2 is sideways. 14 now sideways in front of the field. More contact as drivers try to swerve their way through the chaos. See the 18 going around. It looks like this all started, I think, with LZ.
A meatball flag for my horse.
Right here, yeah, they're 3 wide as Marino is coming up through the field on fresh tires. I just don't think the 2 was expecting him to be there that fast. The closing rate with fresh tires has been super evident here tonight. We're going to go back a whole lap and kind of watch how this one plays out. You can see Marino's there on the outside trying to get a run. Klaus Brahm to his inside. How do they get 3 wide? It's Hughes actually drops back. And that suddenly they're 3 wide. Dinda goes around. Marino with contact from behind. I think he's okay. Griffin, I think, just made it through. The 9 truck going to get the Laughing Llama Lucky Dog under this caution. I kind of want to go back and see this from Jamie Griffin's perspective because it looked like he saw a lot of this. I mean, he's 10 or 12 trucks behind where this thing starts. Oh, there was contact further back in the field. 97 up the track. And right here, all you can see is smoke. And yeah, he made it through. Whoever was just behind him did not. They got sideswiped through all that.
One thing I did see on that camera was there's a lot of trucks with the back end loose. So these guys are fighting loose trucks the whole entire time.
Yeah, track temp still at 122.
Yeah.
Hot and slick. 5th caution of the night here in the Hate Us 'Cause They Ain't Us in Vegas. 225, race number 3 in season 9 of the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series.
Thompson has picked the high line. Honeybee has said, let's go Weems, 44.
Let's see, where is Weems at the moment? Coming off pit road.
He must have got caught up in that.
Yeah, extended stop that time, a 1-minute stop for Weems. Take a look at his journey over the night. He's been really steadily in the top 15 or so here in the last 30 laps, and then, yeah, caught up in these cautions, dropped him back to 29th. As low as he's been all day is at 44. Might still have some damage there on the right front, but I'm sure he'll work on getting that repaired as this goes on. Knox Thompson is up front as the pace car hits pit road. It's got Max DiFilippi to his outside. They are STR teammates, or sorry, to his inside as Thompson took the top. He's going to jump down to the bottom just ahead of his teammate.
Inside lane checks up. Oh, and that's caused an incident back in the pack.
Yeah, I think that was Skirbo went down to the apron to avoid making contact.
Yeah, somebody didn't go. And when I say they didn't go, they were probably on old tires and got a lot of wheel spin.
Well, it looks like Coleman Chapman involved in this one. We'll take a look. That's the 07. Yeah, so check up. Skirbo goes down to the apron, almost like he missed a gear or something, and then it's just a domino effect. And Chapman is the one that gets turned up into Barrow and then takes the hit into the wall. He certainly got the worst of it. I don't think anybody else had heavy contact, a little bumping on the bumpers, but Chapman picking up all the damage that time around. So a lot of drivers have been making repairs over the course of the night. Take a look at that. Stephen Hayes with the most, 2.5 minutes back in 36. Matthew Taylor, though, over 2 minutes of damage repaired, running just outside the top 10. Great run for Matthew. And it looks like Culleton picked up an EOL. Not sure if that was a penalty or if he's just asking to get out of the way.
And Burrows diving to the pits. I would say he's got a lot of damage on that truck. It's missing a front left fender.
Yeah, it's waving in the wind.
Yeah.
Both Hughes brothers in for Georgia Line Racing. Zane Woods on pit road, Ryan Elsey, Ty Weems, Scott Prim, Chapman, and Most. Klaus Braun now
like
up to fourth.
It looks like a new paint job as well for Burrow. I haven't seen that one before.
I believe it is. It's a Laughing Llama special. There, Carson Freeman just got the lucky dog. Now, I don't know if they can beat the Hammers fast enough for him, Lee, because the leader is coming off of turn 4 right now. That's Knox Thompson. He's going to need to get off pit road ahead of him to stay on the lead lap. They may have just committed to saying, hey, I'll go a lap down and get this truck fixed up.
He needs to have a word to his crew. They need to work harder than that.
I mean, we can barely see him doing any work at all.
So Thompson out front with De Felipe on the front row, followed by Boyer and McCormack.
Yeah, this
Brahms
is
up there too. Brahm and Wyatt are both up there.
Let's check on Brahms' journey again. He's got 2 pit stops in the book. Went fuel only back around lap 12. Then got 4 tires around lap 35. He's been out there a while on this run. Almost 30 laps.
As Burrow finishes up his pit work and enters back out onto the track.
All right, let's take a look at, who's got the fresh tires here, because that's going to be who's going forward. So Thompson, DeFilippi, Brahm, Boyer, all 24 laps on this set of tires at least. Boyer maybe with even more, as he went fuel only his last stop. Then it looks like Doremus and the Taylors are going to be the first ones with some fresher rubber. Well, actually, I mean, they went fuel only on their last stop too. Hard to tell at this point in the race who's actually on fresh tires. We know Dylan Barris is back in 13th. He took 4 tires this stop. And we know Tony Skirbo had 4 tires his last stop, but it's been 25 laps since he hit pit road.
Yeah, there's a couple of people in the top 15 that we haven't mentioned tonight. We have both the Taylor boys in 8th and 12th. Of course, Skirbo we've mentioned a couple of times, but Woods is in 11th. Eller in 14th. And Green in 15th.
There's Michael Boyd sitting in 12th. Caught up in an early accident. Had to get a Laughing Llama Wraps lucky dog at one point. Back up into 13th is the 21.
2 Rams on the front row.
Teammates. STR teammates, that is. I think we're going to need to go on board with Klaus Brahm for this restart. Again, he's one of the drivers that shares his in-car camera with us every week. We get to watch the intensity ramp up here. So we have 60 laps in the books. Just under 90 to go.
Looks like a good start. Thompson got the better of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of seen this every restart. Whoever's on the outside, they are in a rush to get to the bottom. I just don't think the high side has the speed that they need to carry to make the top work until you've been driving about a lap or two at full speed. Look at Clausen there, driving hard. Pretty clean restart. There are 3 wide there, a couple trucks behind him though.
Looks like an angry pack.
Here comes Eric White up to 6th. That's Doremus in the 88. He's one of the trucks with fresh tires, I believe. Or at least a more frequent pit stop. And how about that? Joe Barrow with the new fastest lap here on lap 64. Brought to you by 42 Designs. Oh, big contact. There goes Taylor. Matthew Taylor, he's coming back up in front of the field. This is going to be a big one. Barrow in it. The 69 of Hughes in it. Or Eller, that is. And that is really unfortunate. We're just talking about the great run that so many of these drivers were having. Taylor's going to have to tow to pit lane. We'll go back and look at what happened to the 58. Oh, there's already contact coming off. We'll go back a lap and check on this. And that Dinda on the outside comes up, and then, yeah, the 17 and Dinda get together. Oh, the 58 had no responsibility for that. He just got caught up in it, wrong place at the wrong time, as were all of these drivers here at the back of the field. Hayes, Barrow, Eller. And this has been a tough race for a lot of drivers.
There was a couple of big hits there.
Thompson going to hit pit road. Everybody else. Whoa, how about that late move by the 19? Gets inside the cone. I think you can do that. Don't see any black flag flying for DeFilippi.
I need to remember that for Thursday night.
That's right. Cup Series racing comes back into action on Thursday nights here in the GEC Racing League. You can catch Lee, myself, and all the gang. We're here at Vegas again. Not every week are we running the same track as the Truck Series, but this week is one that we are.
And it looks like Griffin got the lucky dog. Woof woof.
All right, there goes the 5.
Or should I say the Laughing Llama lucky dog? That's quite a tongue twister.
So now it's going to be Boyer and White up front. Doremus in 3rd, Marino Jr. in 4th. And you're right, there's that Laughing Llama Lucky Dog award going to Jamie Griffin in the 5 truck. I think his 2nd one of the night. Talking about the Cup Series schedule. Season 9 is here. We're taking GEC back to what it once was. We're heading to Las Vegas this week, then to Auto Club Speedway and Nashville before our mid-season break for the 4th of July weekend. Looking at the Truck Series schedule, we're headed to Iowa next Tuesday before we hit Kansas and take that mid-season break before the holiday. Oh, Jamie Griffin with a black flag. And he might have just spoiled that lucky dog. He might have been speeding onto pit road. We'll see what race control has to say about that.
The guy that I've been really impressed with tonight is Eric Wyatt. Eric's just done an amazing job tonight.
Yeah,
he's out front now.
A long-time GEC presence, but he has not always been racing in the last few seasons, but always around in the community. Glad to see Eric out on track with us here in the Truck Series this season.
He has absolutely nailed the strategy so far.
And we had about 10 trucks catch the wave around by staying out, led by Klaus Brahm here in the 41. And we're going to be coming back to the green flag here. 67 laps down, 84 remaining. A couple drivers in the back not really caught up there. I think they're waiting on someone. Race control going to have to clear some black flags. Either way, it is Eric White and Marino on the outside. They've got Doremus jumping up in front of them. Here comes Dinda. And McCormick will not go away, Lee. He's down on the bottom, 3 wide.
3 wide, yeah.
New leader, the 88.
Not for long.
Dinda pulls ahead on the bottom. Back to 2 wide, battle for third.
Wow, this is a great top 5 of racing, incredible.
2 teammates battling up front. As White, I couldn't tell if either he was in the wall or he was just gracing it.
It was close. Man, leaning on each other in about 10th position there. Oh, yep, and around. Oh, he
14 saves it. Incredible. Wow, what a save by the 14.
That was Hughes. The other Hughes.
McCormick and Marino still side by side for third. Oh, Marino's going to clear him that time on the outside.
And White's right on the tail of McCormick.
Yeah, the 6-pack right here at the front. Running away from the folks behind him. Kevin Keister is in 7th. He's up 21 spots on the night.
I was just about to mention him. Incredible. Somebody was blinking out then. I think it was Dinda. Maybe it was Dormus. Sorry, it was Dormus.
And I think Larkin Boyer is out of the race. I see him in the YouTube chat. That's never a good sign for a race, saying his power just went out from a storm. Tough break for the 10 truck. Looks like Joe Barrow is also officially out of the race. Terrible luck for him. Three wide here for second place now, as the 19 truck is marching through this mess at the front. He's got about 15 laps fresher fuel and tires than all the other drivers in this pack, other than maybe Dinda. DeFilippi to the lead.
Well, the Dodgers showing a lot of speed here tonight.
Oh, Thompson throws a bit of a block on Marino. They get out of it okay. And again, Lee, I just think both the 19 and the 48, with those penalties last week, came out here with something to prove and just the perfect motivation to run well here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, they look like they've run really well too. So far so good. I'll learn a lot from that. I don't know how old DeFilippi is, but Thompson's pretty young. So he's still in that huge learning curve. 97 really high then.
That is Keister. We were just talking about it. He was up in the top 10, now dropped back to about 12th.
Max has got a little bit of a lead here now. He's pushed it out just a little bit, and you can see him kind of extending it. Been a great addition to this GEC series.
Look at this. I think Max is actually from Las Vegas, according to his driver profile. So home track for the
Home
19.
track advantage. Somebody onto the apron. That was the 7 of White. Just jumped onto the apron just across the start finish. I think he's okay. I think the back end got a little loose coming out of 4.
Let me take a quick look at what happened to the 7 truck there on that lap. On the outside of the 08. And yeah, I got a little loose, tagged the wall, through the grass. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, these two at the front have broken away now.
They both stopped back on lap 65 and took 4 tires, so they have the advantage, and it is working for them. Again, STR teammates, newly formed team here for Thompson and DeFilippi.
We are 78 laps into a 150 lap race, so I'm not sure how far I'd be pushing my lead out here. I'd be conserving as much as possible.
We have seen a lot of cautions here tonight.
But maybe they've got a different theory, and that is the further they get out front, the more they'll be able to put people down a lap.
7 cautions so far. And 8 lead changes under green flag conditions. It's been a pretty phenomenal race so far, halfway. In those Dodge Rams, again, we're someone's got with some authorities going to have to tell us: is it a Dodge Ram? Is it just a Ram? Does it matter? Barrow picks up a meatball. I think he was sitting on pit road and just overheated. But if we take a look at how those trucks are running out there, the Rams with the best running position, the best average, just 6 of them out there on track, leading the race right now. The Toyota Tundra's running 3rd. The Ford's in 4th, and the Chevys, I think this is the 2nd week in the row. The Chevy's just not really bringing the heat.
No.
The battle's still raging. Boyd is climbing up through the field. Another driver, I think, that has those fresh tires. Yeah, 4 tire stop back on lap 60 on lap 65, same as our 2 leaders. As he tries to battle with Marino, and they're both trying to catch Doremus.
Yeah, I'm just watching McCormack here a little bit. He's fighting very second-hand tires by the looks of things. He's dropped back through the pack a little bit.
Big puff of smoke. Not sure if someone's grilling in the infield, or if there was a driver sideways on the track. I do see Green has just come to pit road. They're 3 wide here.
Coming on. Yeah. Wild little bunch here. We have Taylor on the bottom lane here, and somebody just went underneath him. 3 wide.
Ooh, that's as close as you can get. I think that was maybe Woods on the bottom.
Yeah, Taylor, a great move by Taylor. He backed out, lived to fight another day. If you guys are starting to pit here, that's what I hear on the comms anyway.
So we take a
I think
look.
there's some very second-hand tires out there at the moment.
I think both Doremus and Marino will probably be the next 2 to come to pit road, and they are right in front of this pack. It is going to be tough to get a clean break.
Now, by by De Filippi and Thompson pushing that lead out further and further. Somebody like McCormick pits now, and there's an incident. He could very easily get caught a lap down.
So that's the 12 of Woods. I think, is Woods a lap down, Lee? I don't see him on the leaderboard where it looks like he should be.
Yeah, Woods is a few laps down, I believe.
Oh, and the caution's out.
Flag out.
Barris off track. See what we see on this one. It is Dylan Burris.
Woods is 4 laps down.
And this just looks like a big speed differential. Oh, and the 27 just snapped loose there. Maybe clipped the apron. A couple other drivers made it by. Yeah, I think you're right. It is green.
Just got on the apron.
And then I'm not sure if anybody else gets caught up in this, or they... Oh! Is that Most and Prim? Might need a new pair of shorts back there behind this situation.
I think Jamie was in that too. But I don't think
you're
he
right.
got
He does
any damage.
He did pick up a 4X. Somehow.
Yeah, I think him and Most might have collided panels here.
Here it is. Oh, yeah, right there. That should be okay. Unless he was already battling some repairs anyway. Tough day for Griffin. Yeah. Back in 31st right now. And it looks like, I think the whole field's coming down pit road this time. Skirbo stays out. In the 59. David Culleton picks up the Laughing Llama Lucky Dog. And now we are a little bit past halfway here in race number 3 of season 9. Brought to you by 42 Designs. If you're ready to turn heads on the virtual track, whether you're chasing wins or just want to look good doing it, 42 Designs by Cody Anderson delivers custom iRacing paint schemes that blend sleek minimalism with bold personality. Whether you're repping your team, showcasing your sponsors, or just want a fresh look, 42 Designs brings your vision to life lap after lap. Find Cody's work on trading paints. If you want something custom, reach out through your league or Discord, including this GEC Racing League Discord, and let Cody work his magic. Your car deserves more than the default. Make it unforgettable with 42 Designs. Got a bunch of cars out there, maybe hoping for a wave around. The 69...
Yeah, I think there's 2 at the front that'll get a wave around that are ahead of Skirbo.
That's Josh Eller and Woods. So there goes Woods with the wave around. And Eller. Man, we're good, huh? We're on top of that one.
Yeah.
One lap to green. And I think we might have just had some heavy contact under caution between Boyd and De Filippi. Take a look at this. Not sure what everyone just struggling to get lined up here. And I don't think Boyd cared for that too much. He's gonna say no thank you. Now they're just talking it out. We're gonna have to keep an eye on these two on this restart. They are not happy with each other. They're still sorting this out, Lee. I think maybe there's some lap cars or some wave around cars that iRacing has not put in the right spot just yet. And I'm hoping, yeah, I was going to say, I hope the pace car doesn't come down. He's coming down pit road. I don't know what is going on here. There's a lapped car wrestling the leader. And there goes the 19 around. What are we watching here?
Yeah, not sure.
Wow. I'm not sure what the 27 was doing. That's green. If iRacing was telling him to... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna guess on that one.
That sure looked like an iRacing problem to me. I saw Griffin and a number of other trucks that were a couple laps down, maybe being told by iRacing to stay up in front of the leaders for some reason.
There was an update as well, which it was a sizable update for. I know for me it was 10 gigs here this evening. So a few of the guys have complained that their systems have blacked out or blinked out for a moment.
Now we're kind of waiting for iRacing and race control to sort this out. We've got cars everywhere. The whole track, all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if people are getting wave arounds, if they're pitting, serving penalties. It's just musical chairs out there.
It kind of looks like if you grab a bunch of 52 cards and throw them on the floor right now. They're just absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, I know. And I'm guessing that was a... Whoa, now everybody's catching Skirbo and the pace car. All right. Well, let's get everybody to settle down here. Now, I know one problem for iRacing. Anytime there's a caution on a restart like that, where half of the field has already taken the green flag and crossed the start finish and the other half hasn't, that a lot of times it can get confused about who's on the lead lap here. Because it looks like Skirbo picked up a black flag, I'm guessing for... who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think Dusty's down there clearing as many as he can right now.
So this is all going to cycle out. It's showing Skirbo in the lead, but he is... I think he didn't wait for the pace car maybe when everyone else was supposed to. So it's going to be Michael Boyd, your leader. Timing towers are just as confused as we are. Couple drivers getting EOLs.
Yeah, so the big loser on that one was Di Felipe
Absolutely.
in the 19.
I mean, I can see him there in 5th.
Significant damage.
I mean, did he pit to
He
get
is
that
now.
fixed? Oh, there he goes. Okay. He's still... Oh, I'm not... Yeah, I'm pretty sure pit road is closed there. He waited too long to do it, so he's going to get a black flag on top of that. I am already not excited to review these black flags post-race to figure out what went wrong there for iRacing. But we're coming back. 1 to go. Back to green. We still have 58 laps to race. You better hope you save some tires.
I'm worried that a lot of guys haven't.
I'm looking. Let's take a look at Boyd. He took fuel only, then 2 tires, then some repairs, but maybe no tires, and then 2 more sets. So he only has 1 set left. He just pitted.
Most of the field's like that.
Yeah, so you pretty much have to split this final 60 laps as best you can and put on that final set. I think you want to do it as late as possible so that you have that tire advantage on any late restarts. Look at Dinda. See, he's got 1. He's only put tires on twice, Lee. He's still got 2. I think that's going to make the difference.
That's a huge advantage.
Thompson's in the second row, along with Shelton. And we're racing one more time here at Las Vegas. That's a lot of the same names. Boyd hasn't been up here the whole race, but he's been in the top 10 for a lot of it. Now he takes the lead. Then it's Thompson and Dinda. Two drivers we've been talking about all night long. Then behind them is Marshall Taylor, someone just popping into the top 5. He's up 26 positions on the night. Then McCormick, the GEC rookie with his debut race, currently in 7th, 3 wide. In the middle, contact between him and Doremus and the 51. They slide down pit road, then back onto the track. I don't know how everyone almost missed him. Wow.
Caswell's in that.
Marino picks up a meatball. He's already towed to pit lane. Wow. So it was McCormick was in the middle 3 wide, and that's where it started, and Marino with nowhere to go. Let's back this up, jump on board with the 71. This is 1 lap before. And again, this 71 truck is not slow, right? He's been running up front a lot of this race. He's just marred back in traffic, trying to figure out where to go. And then right here, you can see the smoke. Here comes that truck up the track, and boom, Johnny Jones just in front of him, ricochets off the wreck. Oh, and then Hayes and Marino get together as well. And that's what really took the engine out of that 71. So now we've got black flags, meatball flags all over the place. Michael Boyd is up front with Max Dinda. Wowza.
I'm not sure who got the lucky dog then.
I'm sure we'll find out here in just a second. A lot of drivers on pit road. Well, let's talk about it again. The 78 truck. That's Marshall Taylor. Driving for Dirty South Racing. Looking to get his first top 10 of the season. Right now he's sitting in 4th. Great run there for Marshall.
Wow, this is it's been pretty exciting.
We're coming around. We got a whole bunch of drivers getting their blacks cleared. McCormick has a meatball. Johnny Jones has a meatball. Tony Skirbo still has a black flag that, you know what? He might have a one of those stop and go penalties or a 30-second hold from race control. You can only serve that under green, and every time you get a caution, you're like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
And you do have to be careful. You take too long to serve it, iRacing is going to DQ you. So, again, we're just kind of guessing at what's going on with the 59 truck and that black flag.
Yeah, Dan, I poked my head down into Dusty's lobby. Sounds like they could be a little busy down there.
That's been a heck of a race. Poor race control to deal with tonight. 10 cautions.
I'm just looking down in race control. It looks like Burrows stepped in to give him a hand as well. And also Arugio and Range, so that's good.
Looking through, I see Walt Sahadak back up to 8th position. Maybe we'll jump on board with that 00 truck here for this restart. Walt, another one of the drivers that shares his in-car camera with us. Pace truck gonna hit pit road. 98 laps in the book, 51 to go.
Nice spacing by everybody. Looks to be a pretty good start this time.
How about that 53 truck as well? We haven't talked about him all night. Robert Weibel there on the inside, just ahead of Walt. He's up 13 spots from where he started the night. Ooh, and there is somebody up there blinking. Is that Taylor in the 78?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him blink yet, but maybe I just missed it.
3 wide behind Walt. Thompson making moves on Boyd. Pushes him up the track just a little bit. Now Keister pushing on the outside of the 08 of Shelton. Max Dinda to the lead. Taylor to second.
And we got Boyd in third. Boyd's no stranger to being up front here. Thompson's pretty tight to his tailgate there.
As we are on board with Marshall Taylor. ...101 laps down here in the CDSN Truck Series. They hate us because they ain't us in Vegas. 225. Marshall Taylor up to second.
Yeah, and I noticed Keister's up to sixth. Haven't talked about him too much tonight. That was a pretty high line there by Scarbo, but I think Scarbo's being passed, lapped.
We'll take a look at Keister's night. Been a little up and down, but always moving forward on the average. As low as 32nd, currently in 6th. About as high as he's been all night. That's Kevin Keister in the 97. In the middle, 3 wide. Freeman on the bottom. Hughes up top. That's John Boy Hughes in the 14. Oh, and Freeman with a great entry there. He's going to squeeze by them both. Up front, it's still Dinda leading Thompson, and now Taylor in third. A little bit of door banging between the 08 and the 21.
Yeah, Shelton sent it underneath there. Didn't quite stick. Shane, how do you like this race with not quite as many tires as these guys are used to?
Yeah, I think that was something deliberate we did for this season. Took away a set of tires so that you did have to think about it. We also elongated some of these truck races. You know, I think a couple seasons ago we really thought of this as a rookie series, as an entry level. And over the course of the last few seasons, it's just kind of turned out that, yeah, we do have our newer drivers start here, but there's also a lot of veterans, and we want to make this a full experience for everyone. So a little bit longer races, a little bit more complex tire strategy. I think it's putting on a great show here in Vegas.
Yeah, I think so too. You have comers and goers, a great series. Thompson got to the back of Dinda there for a moment and got him loose, but then Dinda kicked away, and Thompson dropped back a little bit. Taylor's on the move now.
Yeah, there's such an ebb and flow here.
Yeah, Boyd's around the outside of Thompson there. If you lose a little bit of momentum, it takes a little while to get it back here.
You can see Thompson and Boyd giving each other no room to breathe. And there it is again, a little bit of a door slam into the 21. That's going to slow them both down, though. Oh, I thought Shelton was going to shoot to the bottom. He tucks in behind. Now Freeman's there as well. This is going to let Taylor and Dinda pull away. Taylor not quite able to get side by side with the 84 for the lead. He's going to tuck back in. And
Taylor must be
look out, right in front of the leader. And now swerving through the field, that's the other DSR driver, that's Matthew Taylor.
No yellow flag, and
Oh.
Boyd goes to the lead, but the other Taylor's now gone around.
Big contact. See how this involves Skirbo, but it's the 22 slides up and then bounces off the wall. That 22 is Kenny Most. He was a lap down, I believe, but just trying to stick in that lucky dog position. But this all really started with Matthew Taylor about a lap earlier. He's out there with damage. Just trying to turn laps here to finish out the race. And I'm not sure what happens here. The leaders just come up on him so fast. And right here, he tries to get out of their way by going high and ends up just right in front of the 84. And then everybody swerving around him. That's when Most hits the wall and gets together with Shelton and Skirbo. Yeah, this is gonna be a long post-race review, Lee.
Yep. Hope you bought your Red Bull for tonight.
I usually sleep on it before I get into it.
The next day.
Yeah, so tomorrow night's gonna be a lot
You're
of
not
action
gonna be able to do
for
much
Dusty and
practice
I.
for the Cup race on Thursday, which is good because I can't get any done either.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I tend to run best when I've had more beers than practice laps, so I don't sweat it too much. It's all about getting in the zone, I think.
I'm sitting here thinking what the Cup cars are going to be like with this amount of heat at Vegas.
Well, I think that's the real question is how much heat is Joe Barrow is the Cup Series director. I don't know how much heat he's putting in the track. We've cranked it up a little bit. You know, kind of the default is usually 70, 76, and we've got it running 80 in the air temp here in the Truck Series this season.
Right.
To
Because
take a
those
peek at
things
it.
get snappy loose. They get loose and then they just snap.
Yeah, let's take a look at that pit strategy. Boyd, Taylor, Thompson, 22 laps since their last pit. That means they've only got about 10 more laps. We have seen green flag pit stops in this race despite the 11 cautions. And it all comes down to those tires. You can't afford to waste a set of tires, so why waste the track position? But looking back through it, it looks like who's going to be in the best seat. Going to be Ty Weems and Walt Sahadak, the first two drivers with 4 fresh tires from this pit stop. So if we let's take a look at Weems and see what his races look like. So he started back around 17th, raced his way up to 7th. Then got to make a bunch of repairs, drop back into the 20s. Now he's back up to 11th. But he has stopped. I think he's out of tires.
Yeah, so he's gone the full distance now. That's going to be, 39 laps?
Yeah, I think if you're Weems, you're got your fingers crossed for a bunch of cautions here to finish out the race. You save your tires. You're probably going to have to pit again. I don't think you can make it.
Of fuel.
I mean, we've got 40 laps to go, and the longest stint we've seen all day is 33. Eric White made it 43 at one point, but I think that was a lot of caution laps.
And we're off. Another good start.
And Marshall Taylor continuing to blink a little bit there. He's in 3rd or 4th on the outside. Freeman making his way up to the front again. Wyville as well. And
Wyville's having a great race.
I think Freeman and Wyville are both getting nervous there behind Taylor. But it is going to be Michael Boyd to the lead. Ahead of Knox Thompson.
3 wide back here.
Woo! Down to the apron was Dinda, I think.
This is interesting up front right now with Thompson and Boyd.
Yeah, I'm pulling up their stats, their career stats here with GEC. Both Boyd and Thompson, 3-time winners in the GEC Racing League. No slouches. You know, Boyd, one of those drivers I'm sure has been invited to our Cup Series on Thursday, but I think he has a scheduling problem. Has dedicated his racing here to Tuesday with the trucks. Thompson, a driver that has Cup experience, racing in the trucks this season.
Dinda's flying on those new tires. Here he comes. Just made his way through to 4th. Getting around Taylor in the process, setting his sights on Freeman. And he's got Freeman now.
Yeah, our head-to-head battle box saying he's going to catch him in about 30 seconds. I don't know if we're going to have to wait that long, though.
I'm not sure we do, but yeah. He's right there. Whoa.
Ooh, Weibel with contact. I think that was Weems.
And Sahidak were contact with Hughes.
New leader, Max Dinda, pulls ahead of Michael Boyd.
And watch him pull away.
I mean, Dinda had to make big repairs. 50-second stop his last time on pit road. But we talked about it. He has only put tires on, I think, 3 times. He's got an extra set, while a lot of drivers do not. So Dinda starts to pull away. It's still Michael Boyd in second, Knox Thompson third. Carson Freeman up to 4th. Marshall Taylor trying to hold on to the top 5. Weems going to get by to his outside. Now Weems to the bottom ahead of Freeman. Making it look easy on those fresh tires is Ty Weems. Now Thompson checking up. Who is that pink truck there in the middle? I think that is the 17. That is Dylan Barris. I don't think he's on the lead lap at the moment. But holding on with speed here at the front. Trying to stay in maybe the lucky dog position is Barris. Here comes Weems to the outside of Boyd, making it... I mean, he just flies by.
Wow. Yeah.
I think I might have saved a little more tire on this run if I were the 44 again, where we think he's out of tire sets. Dinda now almost a 2-second lead. Weems trying to chase him down. Take a look at their lap times. And right now it is Dinda with the faster laps, but Weems was dealing with a lot more traffic. That lap. Oh, they are within 1,000th of a second of each other.
An interesting group back here with Walt Sahidak and Jamie Griffin in about 10th and 12th. They're moving forward just slowly, going around. I'm not exactly sure who that is. Weibel.
Looks like the 2 truck just slapped the wall and maybe another driver. They all keep it straight though. Thompson is tracking down Michael Boyd. While we're doing this, let's look at Dinda's telemetry. Again, we've got this stint analysis. You can kind of see his runs over the course of the night. And as this track is heated up, it has slowed down his runs. This run running about a 32 flat is close to his best. Here on this run, that's about 7/10 slower than his fastest lap earlier in the race. This heat really presenting a challenge for the drivers. Again, that truck just out of frame is Dylan Barris. He's racing for the Lucky Dog. Currently 17th, first truck 1 lap down, right behind the leader, and he might get his lap back on his own. And then behind him is Ty Weems in second.
Yeah, he's pushing hard. The 53 is pitting right now.
That's Robert Weibel. So the leader's really starting to space out with those fresh tires. Nobody can make it on fuel all the way to the end except maybe a couple of these drivers who have just pitted, like Weibel, Prim. I think they're the only ones so far. See what they do for tires. And they're going to want this to run green to the finish, anyone who's pitting right now, so that they can make use of the fresh tires and not have to pit again and not get the field stacked up after a caution. Oh, Weibel picks up a black flag. I'm assuming for pit exit.
Yeah.
Boyd seems to be holding steady ahead of Thompson. Thompson actually coming to pit road, and he's coming fast. Will he get it slowed down? Looks like it. Very aggressive entry for the 48. Well done. Sahadak now 3 wide with a 78, and we're watching it live. The 78 sideways with Doremus to his outside. He saves it again.
Yeah, great save, 78.
That's going to let Griffin by. Griffin not on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, a bunch of takers on pit road right now.
Boyd coming in. Taylor coming in. Brom, he's going to try. I think he's going to get there. Here they come. Pretty clean entry here for all these drivers. And this is how it's going to cycle out. So it's going to be Dinda and Weems out front. And the question's going to be, like, how are they going to manage the tires on this run? If you're Dinda, you have a tire set, and I actually think that makes it harder, Lee. If you're Weems, you know your last stop is going to be fuel only. You just focus on doing it as fast as you can. If you're Dinda, you've got to think about it. Do you want 2 tires? Do you need 4 here on this hot slit track? Or do you just match the guys behind you who are going fuel only when you know you have a lead to hold on to?
Do you take 2 or do you take 4? I think you take 4 at this place. Based on what we've seen, how quickly they
oh, and Ty Weems short pits him. Comes down pit road now.
Interesting.
That is, yeah, that's
probably a good call.
We'll see what position. I mean, if you're Dinda, you have the lead. You're going to be putting most of the field a lap down if you run this out. And if you catch a caution in there, you're going to be sitting pretty. Especially because we're pretty sure he has an extra set of tires. Again, I think the only question I have is, what does he take when he does stop?
I think you take 4. As I was saying, he's been able to carve his way through the field in a couple of laps.
He's going to have to be careful here too, Lee. He's got these lap cars. They're trying to unlap themselves. They are in a much more desperate position than he is. Does not want to get caught up in any unnecessary contact. He's going to let those drivers head through. Right now, just 5 drivers on the lead lap, and Zane Woods picks up a meatball flag. He's back in 25th.
And Weems is a lap down, and so's Boyd. Well, they were. Now my scoring's changed. Maybe they're not.
I think Woods maybe was just running out there with some damage on the front end, and that engine finally gave it up. Not seeing anything obvious here of where a meatball is coming from. But he might just be coasting it around, trying to get back to pit road. Again, just 5 trucks on the lead lap. Walt Sahadak is in second, 8 seconds back from the leader. We look, so Dinda, Sahadak, Chapman, and Doremus, and Hodge and Barris pretty much all on the same strategy. The difference is that Dinda, Sahadak, and Chapman took tires on that last stop while Doremus took fuel only. And there goes the leader, Max Dinda down pit road. Walt Sahadak will inherit the lead. And again, he can run this out another 10 laps or so if he wants to.
I'll be interested to see where Dinda comes out in comparison to Walt. I see Boyd going underneath Sahadak now. And Walt's coming to pit lane now.
We'll see how he gets there. Nice and clean for the 00. That should leave Chapman. No, Chapman's coming to pit road too. Right behind him. So it will in fact be Knox Thompson who will take over the lead. He pitted on lap 125. And he got 4 tires, it looks like.
Yeah, it'll be a group of Thompson, Boyd, Weems, and Dinda.
We'll see how this timing shakes out. Thompson, I mean, he's just ahead of Boyd. They're right on top of each other. Then it's Weems about 2 seconds back. So we're looking at Thompson's race. Yeah, he just put on his final set of tires with 25 laps to go. I mean, that's just a great position to be in. We've been running about 33 laps on tires and fuel. So he can really push here. If we check with Boyd, I think he's in the exact same situation, Lee. Took his 4th set of tires, 4 of them right here. This is the race. It's Thompson and Boyd. Then behind them, Ty Weems. Looks like he did have another set of tires. That's why he decided to go with the undercut that got him out in front of Dinda, and now they're battling for 3rd. Again, they're about 2 seconds back. This is going to be a 4-truck race that all comes together as we're staring at 15 laps to go. Thompson and Boyd, the battle for 1st. Dinda and Weems, the battle for 3rd. But it's all going to be a battle for 1st here in about 6 laps or so. Let's check at that head-to-head. Yeah, Dinda gaining about half a second every lap on the leader.
Coming up on Hodge at the moment. Hodge is running in 14th.
Yeah, Dinda's gonna catch our leader in 2 laps. You can just watch that lead dissolve away as Thompson has to battle with traffic and hold off Boyd. Oh, and there's contact just in front of Dinda.
Oh,
18 goes around,
Dinda's
Weems in the wall. And this race just got turned on its head as Thompson and Boyd stay clean, and Dinda and Weems get caught up in the one thing that could derail their win here at the end of the race. Contact with lap cars.
I think it was Hodge and Weevil.
And these two are racing for the lucky dog, I assume. Yeah, it looked like the 18 was slow. And Weivel just got to his inside faster than he expected. Let's go back a lap and watch this. Yeah, so the 18 is out in front. He is going a lap down and desperate to hold on to it. While Weivel is trying to hold on to the lucky dog spot just behind the leaders. So, this is for position. This is these two drivers' race. There's no reason for them to lay off and just kind of let it go at this point. But unfortunately, they get together. I think Dinda's going to be okay. Weems hits the wall pretty hard, though. Oh, and Griffin completely destroyed there with a T-bone impact on the 18. And to his credit, I mean, it seems like maybe you're thinking the 18 needs to get off the track, but the smartest thing you can do is hold the brake and let everyone drive around you. So the bad luck gets worse for a number of drivers. And this is going to set us up for a really intense finish here. 12th caution of the night. That was our longest green flag run we had all night as well. Green flag pit cycles from start to finish.
Yeah, Honeybee won't be too happy. She had just piped up, "Let's go, Weems for the win." So unfortunately, it looks like he's either taken a fast repair or got a lot of damage in the pits.
Yeah. Ryan Elsie picking up the Laughing Llama Lucky Dog here on lap 139. That's going to put 13 trucks on the lead lap.
Thompson picks the top lane. That'll give Boyd the bottom lane.
So Dinda
I don't mind taking the bottom lane here.
I think if you, it's where you want to be by the time you get to turn one. The question is just, can you get there by starting there at the start-finish line? But it's going to be teammates Dinda and Doremus on the freshest tires. Sahadak as well, but Doremus and Sahadak all the way back in 8th and 9th. Coleman Chapman in the same spot. How about the Hughes brothers? They had saved a set of tires till just now.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to have the freshest tires of the entire field, sitting in 11th and 12th. We're going to have a lot of drivers in a rush to get through this traffic and try to battle for the lead. I don't know.
Watch out for the 9 and the 14. They're both the Hughes boys.
I mean, and Thompson and Boyd have just got to be... I mean, you're just going to have to be on it at the start. Maybe hope for a quick caution to run some of these laps out. If you're Hughes, Doremus, Sahadak, or Chapman, you are like, let this thing go green, and I'm going to make it 3 and 4 wide and get my way up there. We're going to set up for a great finish, Lee.
Keister's up there as well. Keister's in 5th. That's a good effort by him. And then he has Shelton to his outside. They tighten up as they come off 4.
Again, just 13 trucks on the lead lap.
To the pits. Yeah. Good point.
Green flag is out.
Great start by Thompson.
Here comes Carson Freeman in the 51.
Great start by Freeman. Not such a... Oh,
Dinda blinks out. Where is he?
gone.
He's gone. Just when you think this race can't get any more confusing right at the end, Dinda...
Let's hope he doesn't come back.
Blinks out. Nowhere to be found. Is the Daytona winner. And instead, in his place, slides in the 51, Carson Freeman, last week's winner at Atlanta. He goes to the inside of Boyd. Boyd gonna get a huge run on the outside as they're both chasing Thompson. Here comes Taylor. No, that's Shelton on the outside, 3 wide.
Shelton's going to help Boyd there, that push that he's going to give him. Oh. And they're 3 wide behind these guys as well.
Chapman on the freshest tires. Oh, they smacked the wall. They're 4 wide. There goes the 14. And they're wrecking for the 13th time tonight on lap 143. Still Thompson and Boyd up front, and Chapman picks up a meatball. He was flying through the field with fresh tires, a great pit strategy to finish this race out. Heartbreak for the 07. Jacob Hughes made his way up to 5th.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at right there, because he's on new tires, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think it was Chapman. I think let's just look at it. I'm forgetting
Chapman and
it.
both the Hughes boys that took new tires.
Yeah, so Doremus has an advantage over the leaders. Shelton, pretty similar to the leaders. Hughes has the freshest tires in the top 10. Chapman, I thought Chapman's in down pit road with a meatball. He's going to be out of contention here. LZ, let's go back and see what happened. They were 4 wide, and just everybody trying to give each other room, and they just couldn't quite make it work. Let's go back a lap. And watch Chapman's charge around the outside. So Doremus blinking. Dinda's gone. Chapman gets a huge run on the outside. He's got Hughes coming with him. That 14 truck for Georgia Line Racing. And right here, you can just see how squirrely these trucks are. Keister on the bottom underneath Chapman. Again, this is about 2 laps ago. Heading towards this caution. And right there, Chapman gets a run. He gets to the outside of Freeman. He's got Doremus on the bottom, the 3 wide. And then the 14 is going to dive underneath. And here comes the 9 as well. And that's where it all goes wrong. That is... Oh, and Brahm with a fantastic save there to avoid running into the back of Chapman, who already had his meatball. Oh, man.
Oh, during all that, what's happened to Doremus? Because he blinked out and he disappeared.
I've got him on my screen.
Wasn't he the one that blinked out?
Dinda's the one that is gone and didn't come back. Actually, I see him back in 10th.
Yes. Yeah,
Wait, where did? Who knows what portal he just went through?
Ah, yeah.
Look, has this been maybe more cautions than we wanted? Yes. Is this bad racing to watch? Absolutely not. I am having a blast.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. It's anybody's up front. And I think Thompson's chosen the outside lane again. I think there's still more excitement between Thompson and Boyd at the front.
Yeah, they're both on similar tire strategies, trying to hold off Doremus. Jacob Hughes in 5th has the freshest tires out there. Who's it going to be?
Hughes. I think Hughes is going to win this. We'll see. Here we go.
Going to be 5 laps to go as they take the green flag. Thompson with a great start on the outside. Shelton trying to go with him. Boyd trying to give a little bit of a side draft as they head into turn 1. Can Hughes get there? He's stuck 3 wide. Back in 6th place with Dinda and Sahadak wreck. And we have another caution. This is going to set us up with a green-white checker to finish out the Hate Us Cause They Ain't Us in Vegas 225 with the Collateral Damage Sports Network Truck Series. Brought to you by 42 Designs. Let's see
That's good news for Thompson, I think.
Let's see what happened to Walt.
Yeah, not good news for Hughes, I don't think.
So 3 wide in front of him. That's Hughes in the middle. 51 and a 97 on the outside. Dinda with a little bit of contact to Walt. And yeah, a little too much toothpaste for the tube on that one. Oh, and then White gets caught up as Sahadak's truck is kind of drifting down with damage across the track. Eric trying to make the most of what he had left in his race. So Sahadak on pit road with repairs. Knox Thompson is your leader. Keegan Shelton in second. They are teammates. I think that is only going to help Thompson, Lee, now that he's got the 08 there to help defend against Michael Boyd.
Yeah.
And Dakota DeRemus.
He'll pick the top again, and there's not enough time for Hughes to get up there. As a matter of fact, I think Hughes actually dropped a couple of spots on that last restart.
And there was the lucky dog is Klaus Brahm. Laughing Llama lucky dog. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on the GEC Racing League YouTube channel. Thanks for chatting with us, cheering on your drivers here tonight.
Knox just chose the bottom instead of the top, so
that will put him in front of his teammate. I think that's a strategic decision there. If he goes to the top, he would have DeRemus behind him.
I know. DeRemus is a pretty good pusher.
Let's take a look at... I'm not sure we've really dove into Shelton's night yet here. A lot of pit stops for the 08. He got down early as low as 30th position. And then kind of a steady climb up to the top 10 before using these last few cautions here at the end of the race to get into the top 5 and be running P2 here on what will be a green-white checker finish at Las Vegas. Michael Boyd, much more meteoric rise as he rocketed to the front about halfway through the race, has led 15 laps on the night. Thompson, though, he has never dropped below 16th, and even that, it was just on a pit cycle. He's led 30 laps tonight. And it sure felt like Dinda had this race in hand until he had that network issue. As we look here, Dinda also up front the whole race. He's led 44 laps on the night. And then just recently dropped back out of the top 10. Then Jacob Hughes, he's in 6th place. He's as high as he's been all night, pretty much 5th or 6th. But he does have those fresh tires. I just don't know if 2 laps will be enough to make use of them. And you've got Carson Freeman, last week's winner. He's been running in the top 10 most of the day. A big drop off there under one of those cautions around lap 40, and then recovered nicely. DeRemus pretty much in the top 15 the whole race there for the 88. Either way, this is it. There's no strategy left other than hit the gas and go forward. It's going to be Knox Thompson leading teammate Keegan Shelton, Michael Boyd, and Dakota DeRemus back to the green flag here at Las Vegas. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, good start by Boyd. He's right on his tail this time.
Oh, Keister up high. He saves it. Almost got loose and into the trucks down below him. Here comes Shelton with a run to the outside. Boyd going to commit to the bottom, but Thompson going to cover it up. Here comes the 08. DeRemus down low. They're going to be 3 wide for second. The 08 clears him. White flag is in the air. We're racing back to the finish here in Vegas.
And here comes Hughes. Hughes is in the picture here now.
Oh! The 08 gets sideways. Boyd into the wall.
Boyd into the wall, yeah.
The battle is going to be for second as Knox Thompson pulls away.
Thompson to the win. With Hughes running around the outside of Boyd to second.
More contact as they finish up, but it's going to be Knox Thompson bringing home the victory here at Vegas. And we've got trucks wrecking every which way here on the last lap.
I was going to say, past about 5th spot, I think everyone's wrecking.
I think a lot of these drivers are going to be happy to get to the hauler and head over to Big Daddy Cochran's post-race after party in the GEC Racing League Discord chat. hosted by my dad every Tuesday and Thursday in the post-race. Come party with us, have a beverage of your choice, and enjoy the community here. It's Knox Thompson bringing home the win. Jacob Hughes in second. Michael Boyd is third. Hughes almost got there, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, Thompson had such a big lead, it would have taken him at least 3 laps to run him down. Great win by Thompson. Actually, it was a great effort by all 3 of those guys here tonight. Great strategy by Hughes. Good to see Boyd back up on the rostrum as well.
Racing out of Conway, Arkansas. We talked about it a few times. Took a penalty on the chin for some aggressive blocks last week at Atlanta. Comes out with something to prove and gets it done, does Knox Thompson. Take a quick look at our final results. Here, Thompson, Hughes, and Boyd on the podium. Dylan Barris ends up finishing 6th, up 26 positions. Great run for the 17. Max Dinda led the most laps, but a network issue took him out of the lead battle. Joe Barrow with, I hate to say it, I'm pretty sure he finished dead last of trucks that started the race, but he did have the fastest lap. I'm not sure that's going to make him feel much better. Marino was on the pole. He got caught up in a big wreck there. We ended up doing 229 miles, had 11 different leaders and 14 cautions here tonight. Race control had their hands full, and I think race director is going to post-race as well.
Your pick won, and my pick came last, so congratulations. I won't do that to Burrow again. We don't normally like to pick Burrow, but...
Man, I should have put some money on this one. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
Thompson's still out there burning it down. Now he's on pit road. I think he just blew the motor. We're going to see who we can get here in the post-race interviews. Let's see who we got. We're going to go ahead and pull in our race winner. Driver of the 48. And not ashamed to say my pick in tonight's race, Knox Thompson. Knox, walk us through your night.
It was up, down, down, pit, up, down, down, tires. It was scary, dude. I really didn't think I was gonna have it at the end. The caution, just if that caution wouldn't have happened, I probably would have had a better chance. When that caution came out, it was just straight. That was terrifying, dude. I just didn't know what to do. And my teammate, I thought he was gonna get it, but he got loose. And I just like to thank my team, everybody that helped me. Keegan Shelton, he raced a hell of a race. I like to thank Premier Racing Setups. And that's about it. Just thanks. Actually, one more thing. Thanks to all my parents at home. My dad, my grandparents, my mom.
Yeah, I mean, you just came out and crushed. We talked in the pre-race and during the race a few times about how you had to take a penalty post-race for last week, trying to block for the win at Atlanta. And both Lee and I were really impressed with how you took it on the chin and said, hey, I'm just going to go out and race even harder and cleaner this race. And I think that's exactly what you did. This was a fantastic race there for you, Knox. Really proud of you. But yeah, just that's how you get it done. I think those late cautions gave you a little more breathing room. There were a couple drivers with fresher tires there. Before those final cautions, though, you're on a green flag run, you're battling with Boyd, and you can see Max Dinda coming in your mirror with fresher tires. What are you thinking at that point? How are you going to manage the end of the race if that had stayed green?
I didn't think Max had fresher tires. I feel like he would have got there, but it would have been too late. Boyd, he was blocking me basically the whole race, so I was basically dying to beat him there. And other than that, just I didn't think I was gonna get it. I'm glad to be back in victory lane back from season 7. Hopefully we can match, if not beat, that win count.
Yeah, you had a really great night. I was really impressed with your maturity on how you raced everyone here tonight, and then pulled it out in the end. Just everything seemed pretty loose there tonight. So just really impressed with your effort tonight. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Anybody else you want to thank before we let you out of here and see you in the post-race party?
I don't think so, no.
All right, that's Knox Thompson, driver of the 48 truck, bringing home the victory this week at Las Vegas. Congratulations again, and we'll see you out there next week.
100%.
Next up, let's see who we got. We've got Michael Boyd, driver of the 21, bringing it home third on the podium here tonight. Boyd, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Boyd, what a great effort tonight. It didn't feel like you had the tires right there at the end to match with them. You got a great start. I thought you were going to be right there with Knox, but he just kicked away at the end. What was your strategy with tires, and how loose was the truck out there tonight?
Really, the truck wasn't loose at all, to be honest with you, but my
Awesome.
strategy was just kind of keep it cool and like run the bottom. I feel like the bottom was the tire saving line, but I noticed throughout the race, because I didn't get a lot of practice, but I noticed throughout the race it was way easier to pass on the outside and get a run on people on the outside than it was the inside. So I was trying to like swap lanes from the inside to the outside, and I realized that's what Knox was doing. I was in the lead or like in front of him at one point in the race, and I had a pretty good gap on him, and I realized that he started running the top and started catching me. So that's when I started trying to run the top. And towards the end there, that green, white, checkered, Keegan, he came down on, I'm not too sure who it was, but I had seen him come right across his bumper, and I was trying to avoid it, clipped my left front, and I went up into the wall. I had a little bit of damage going into 3 and 4, and trying to roll the bottom, get out of there. Got passed for second. I couldn't really do anything about that, but I mean, overall, good finish. In the beginning of the race, actually, the first lap, I had to take my fast repair. So this whole entire race, I was just trying to stay alive and keep my car clean. I was able to do that. In the beginning of the race, Knox took it 3 wide pretty early, and Zahadak got wiggly in the middle and just collected me. I wasn't expecting a wreck to happen that early, but I went a lap down, got it back, and I made my way up through the field, back up to third. So pretty overall good night tonight.
Yeah, that's it's always tough to take those fast repairs so early in the race. Hey, who do you want to? First of all, thank. It's great to see you back up here on the podium, but who do you want to thank for tonight?
Obviously, you guys up in the booth. You guys always do an amazing job. I love watching the broadcast on YouTube that Cochran does. Dirty South Racing, third season with them. It's been pretty fun racing with all of them. I'm happy to see Coleman out on the track with me. Case Consulting, Vico Race Engines, Cody Rittner, Motorsports, and then, just GTCR. That's a truck out here. They run the next gens, and I sponsor them out there with 21 Designs. And if anyone in the chat is looking for a wrap, you can go to Google. I have a website. It's just type in t1designs.online. I'm happy to work with anyone, get a wrap done just how you want it, or you can DM me on Discord, P1_Boyd. And I want to thank all my friends and family watching as well.
Yeah, congratulations, Boyd. We were excited to see you back up here. We missed you up here this year, so good to see you up here, and we look forward to seeing you the rest of the year.
Yeah, man, I look forward to it. Trying to get a championship this season. Last race, I missed it. Tried to get a provisional. I don't know if it worked out or not. Not such a good race at Daytona, but I'm looking forward to have, better races like this in the future.
Yeah, great, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's Michael Boyd coming home on the podium, P3 in the 21 truck. See you out there next week. Next up, we got a couple people here in the waiting room with, I think we'll do a few extras, but we do have second place Jacob Hughes, in the driver of the 9. Jacob, you got a copy?
Yo.
How about that? Now, it just seemed like you were in the catbird seat there at the end with the freshest tires. Not quite enough time to get to the front with the extra cautions, but I'll let Lee dig into it with you.
Yeah, you. I found it unusual with what you were doing tonight, but you left it late, and it looked like it was gonna definitely work out for you. Unfortunately, we got that a couple of yellows late, which took away some of your thunder in coming through. Tell me a little bit about your strategy, and tell me a little bit about what it was like being in mid-pack here tonight.
My main strategy was just to have fresh tires the latest in the race because we seem to be caution heavy. So I was just chilling most of the night to get to the end there.
Yeah, was it very loose back in the pack on old tires?
It was on the inside line, but the outside line was fine. You kind of tug it in there just fine.
Yeah, so unfortunately you lost your wingman with about 5 to go. It looked like both of you guys were on for a top 3 finish there. Was he on the same strategy as you tonight?
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, great effort. Anyone you want to thank for this here tonight?
I'll thank my 2 teammates, Josh and John, and then I'll thank Laughing Llama Wraps for the paint job.
Yeah, your paint job looked amazing here tonight. So yeah, congratulations, great job. We look forward to seeing you up here the rest of the year as well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
That's Jacob Hughes, driver of the number 9 truck, bringing it home second here on the podium tonight at Las Vegas. Looks like we've got both the 84 and the 88 sitting down in the waiting room. So we're going to bring these 2 teammates up. They were running up front all day, didn't get the podium finish they were looking for. Max and Dakota, got a copy?
Got a copy.
All right, now, Max, let's start with you. I mean, you're on the fresher tires of the leaders. You got, I think it was like a 12-lap run there at the end. You're coming to get them, and we just see you blink out and reappear in 10th place. What happened, man?
Yeah, my CPU's junk. That's what happened. No, so sometimes my CPU freezes. People will disappear sometimes here and there. Rarely does it just freeze, and when it does this, it freezes me in place, and it registers my car as not moving. So I went back to like 20th there, in all in one turn, and then I had to pass like 10 lap cars to even get back to position. And then the caution came out, which kind of saved me. I knew I didn't have a shot to win. I was rooting for Dakota there, but yeah, it might be time for an upgrade.
Yeah,
you definitely had the pace all night. Was it harder when you were back in the pack as opposed to when you were up front?
Yeah, for sure. But even then, I knew I could save my tires much better than everybody else, and I could physically see it over the long run. So whenever I historically in other leagues, like not recently, but I've been terrible at saving my tires, so it's been something I've been trying to work on, and I've been getting much better at it, so it paid off. And there's a lapper somewhere when I was leading. I don't know what he was doing. He was teammates with the second place car and just came up when I was going like 10 miles an hour faster than him and wrecked me, so I had to get that damage fixed, and I flew through the field with new tires. And if that caution didn't come out there, I was winning. So
yeah, we had noticed. Shane had pointed out that you were on a pretty good pit strategy, and as far as tires went, and I think both of us were kind of like, "Oh, that's amazing that he was able to stay up the pointy end of the field with pretty secondhand tires." So yeah, great job here tonight, Matt, buddy.
Thank you.
How about you, Dakota? You're up there running with your teammate as well, and then just there at the end, not quite the luck you needed in the caution timing to pull it out. But walk us through your race.
Yeah, I felt like I was always kind of at least top 5 fastest throughout the entire race, even if I was on a little bit older tires. But unfortunately, just at the end, we kind of just got chopped off exiting turn 2 and ended up falling back.
Well, it was a solid run either way. I think just it's been a broken record where we look up and see, hey, there's 2 GTCR teammates on the front row for this restart, or running up front here on this green flag run. So just congratulations on the great runs you guys are having. Even if you're not picking up the victories, it's consistent. It's great. We're up near the front pretty much the whole time. I think you're both in the top 10 in points, looking good. As we're now 3 races into the regular season, so congratulations.
One more thing here. I really just want to praise Dakota here and how he's been running. I didn't really know him even before putting him on the team, so I took a chance on him, wanted to help him improve, and he's been doing really good, been improving, and I've been seeing it. So really proud of him and his efforts he's been putting in.
Yeah, both you guys have been running really consistent all season long, and not only consistent but just really steady up there. So hey, good job. Bodes well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you're doing great, and GTCR is leading the team point standings at the moment, so you're doing what you need to do. All right, that was driver of the 88 and the 84, Dinda Induramus.
Well, that was kind of nice. We don't normally get that where one of the teammates reaches out to the other teammates. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah, excited to see. This is also I think the 3rd time we've had some bonus interviews here to wrap up the race. That's always nice as well. And with that, we're gonna wrap this show up, Lee. Again, it's Knox Thompson rebounding from a post-race EOL penalty last week at Atlanta to crush it. And bring home the victory here, avoiding the chaos ahead of Jacob Hughes and Michael Boyd. Great finishes here at Las Vegas. We'll see you next week at, I've already forgotten, I think it's Iowa. Yeah, it's going to be Iowa Speedway, 180 laps and a night race. Completely different. We're going to cool it down a little bit after these hot and slick tracks to start the season. Iowa, one of my favorite tracks. You got to save tires. You got to maintain track position. Really easy to go a lap down. If we have the same size field we've had the first 3 races, it is going to be a traffic jam the whole race.
Iowa's a short track that runs like a big track. It feels like a small Kansas to me. So it's always entertaining. Keep the tires under it. So, yeah, really great job tonight with your commentating, and really loved seeing some of those overlays. So, great job here tonight.
Yeah, as always, check out collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com to upgrade your broadcast today. I want to thank all of our sponsors, Laughing Llama Wraps, 42 Designs, and the CDSN Sports Network. We'll catch you next week. Thanks again for joining me, Lee. We had a blast up here. We'll hope to see everybody down in the Big Daddy Cochran's post-race after party after this one wraps up. Join us again next week, as we'll be at Iowa, and Thursday for our Cup Series to be here at Las Vegas as well.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and more to keep your audience plugged into your stream, whether it's rolling grids and podiums, performance breakdowns by car, club, class, and team, or even pulling your sim racer hub standings automatically. Join these elite broadcast partners and find your next broadcast upgrade at collateraldamagesportsnetwork.com.
sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. This is GEC, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream